we call it getting marinated. I was enjoying my libations on a show where I was stuck with a bunch of women that I didn't know and immediately didn't like and was being attacked by. So they have to raise the bar on that. And people, with them being taken aback 13 years ago by that, and now we're literally putting drugs in food and serving it for dinner. I don't know when Kyle got so pro drugs, but apparently that's okay in her world. Now it is, it does make you, I'm sure it's supposed to lower your inhibitions and maybe give them a good show. I think it would be risky for somebody to go in there not knowing how it's going to affect them and be like, yeah, put it in my food. Now, Kyle needs something because she is wound tight. She is an uptight woman that is obviously very unhappy. So I get why she's self-medicating, but for her to give up drinking because it's bad for her, but then put drugs in her food, I don't really get. I'm not knocking people that like to smoke pot. If you're an adult, do what you want to do. But I'm sure you won't be doing it in front of a live camera or on national television.
I would agree. Like, so you think this whole thing is, at least we're 6 episodes in, like, you think this whole thing is set up, like marketed, like the new dinner party from hell?
Yes. I mean, it's obviously, and they brought Denise in as a ringer, which caused me pause because Denise was actually one of the most beautiful women that has ever been in Hollywood. So to see her was a bit jarring. She didn't look good. She's also a talented actress. I've watched her in movies in the early 2000s, and I think she even in the 90s, she was in a very beautiful woman. But she came in with a almost role to fill in why she was there. I think she's delivering on that, but at what price? I don't see how this could jumpstart a career, except that in America, we love a good comeback from an underdog. So maybe it could help her in that way. I just don't see the benefit for her being on there. But they were already promoting her being on there. They already knew she was going to deliver. She's actually one of the better actresses that they've had on Housewives. Usually they have B actresses that are on the show that, aren't so believable, like Kyle. Honestly, she's terrible, in my opinion. But yeah, she looked like a hot mess. And I think Denise is one of those people like Kim that is very sensitive. And I think she's kind of lost right now. And I feel bad for her. So I do feel on some levels it was wrong to put her on, but she's an adult and she can make her own decisions. And that's the one she made. It was hard to watch her, though. Didn't you find that hard to see her like that?
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't seem okay, right? So, I mean, she said no to the THC and the
Right.
CBD. She said 0 dose. So, I imagine this is either alcohol or some combination of alcohol and pills.
I mean, I don't know what the combo was, but it wasn't a good one for her. And when I was on, I actually went in completely sober because I wanted to make sure that I knew the lay of the land. I didn't fully trust the process. I hadn't met these women. So again, I thought it was a girls' night. That's what I was told. It was a pizza party, a girls' night. Yeah. And so when I saw this and she came on already sort of sideways, I was surprised, but that also sort of tips a hat to me believing that she knew exactly what she was doing on the show when she got there, that was premeditated.
Denise,
Yeah.
that like they said, your role is
Yes.
drunk person at the party.
And then they had her enter with Camille. And I know why Camille's on, it's relevancy and all of that. I'm sure they paid her well, which, it's Hollywood. But the way Kyle was talking about everybody as they were walking in, like a mean girl, sort of trying to pull people over to her side and talking smack about them. She did that with Camille and with Denise walking in. It didn't make Kyle look good. For somebody who says she's against bullying and that she's, she's always accusing other people of doing exactly what she's doing. And she can dish it out, but she can't take it. As soon as somebody mentions anything about her marriage, she flies off the handle and gets all hurt. So I find that interesting because she's always talking shit about everybody else's relationship. But
well, speaking of being a mean girl, I mean, she is the first one that said all we need now is an e-cigarette and, know that. I mean, she's the one that brought you up in a not nice way.
I don't even care what she says because she's so irrelevant to me. I feel sorry for her. I am fortunate in ways that she's not. And so I don't hold any ill will towards her. It's almost like watching a caged animal react to what's around her. And I feel sorry for her on many levels. And I've seen people that carry that much hurt inside of them before and lash out at everybody else. And she's going to have to work it out on her own. No one can fix it for her. I know that. I talk to my clients where they have to do the work. I can't do it for them. I can only advise them. And I see her very much in that way, but she has such a visceral reaction to certain people. And especially from season 1, where I think she had less control over the show. And that's why it bothers her so much. I think the only thing making her feel better, this was supposed to maybe heal some sort of wound for her to do a part 2 so she could mock me. I don't care. I still vape. So what? A lot of people vape. And you know what? Water and nicotine is a hell of a lot better for you than putting pot in your food. So she can kind of just shut the fuck up. Seriously. So she's really nobody to talk or to give other people advice on anything. So I take it with a grain of salt, personally.
And like, to your point, like, right, this is obviously set up. Like, we're obviously trying to outdo the original party when we have like Camille and Faye. I mean, come on, like, this just isn't. And then, right, we're going to throw in Denise. We even have Cynthia Bailey there, who's an Atlanta housewife. Yes, she also lives in LA part-time, but we obviously went out of our way to try to, yes, make this
stack the deck, right?
Yeah. And to like have the reaction we had 13 years ago and have this be the big viral moment of the season.
When somebody has something that bothers them, that's hurt them, or and they take it out on another person, yes, they stacked the deck. They had a bunch of people there, but she overreacted to the whole sort of e-cig vape part of it because it's all she had. And I think she was surrounding herself by people that are yes men because now she has more power over the show. And it's like watching not even high school, worse than high school, junior high. Junior high is the worst. Nobody liked junior high. And there was always that one mean person that has it bad at home. So they try and draw in some weak minds around them to agree with them to gang up on